You ever hold a man's hand and tell him he's as beautiful as the day you lost him, then chuck his baby off of a building and dunk on him? That's what it's like to drive a Ford truck.
You're telling me Odysseus was a Ford owner? What the fuck? You can't just come back out of nowhere with that. You ever throw a baby off of a multi-story building just because some sky daddy told you to? That's what it's like to drive a Ford Ranger.
You ever go to a bunch of different places, but the place you're trying to go on a boat full of 600 men, while one of them is your brother-in-law, and he's been a real piece of shit the entire time and opened up a fucking bag that you told his ass not to. Now you gotta feed him to a fucking fish lady. That's what it's like to drive a Ford 150.
Calm down.
You ever been trying to write something to Congress and get it to Congress, but your goddamn wife that you hate because you slept with her sister came down to tell you about your 9-year-old son and how he wrote a poem for you and plays fucking piano, but you ain't got time for that bullshit because you trying to write to Congress? That's what it's like to drive a Ford 150.
That sounds stressful as fuck. Have you ever wanted to know what's going on behind closed doors? Specifically, how the sausage is made, and you can't, and you fight for it your whole life, and then finally you shoot the fucker that was in your way? That's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
You finally shoot the fucker that was in your way, but it turns out he pointed his pistol toward the sky and was wearing his goddamn glasses. That's what it's like to drive a Ford 150.
And now you live a lifetime of regret for it. That's what it's like to drive a Ford
And they
F-150.
build a whole goddamn musical about it.
Something, the folly of man.